Well, as autism numbers go up, there is one group that some feel isn't getting the attention they deserve: girls. The numbers show boys are diagnosed at a much higher rate. News 19's Mary Sturgill looks into how gender may play a role in diagnosis in her story, Invisible Girls, A Journey Through Autism.
What do you tell him?
Walk on.
Okay, good job.
You probably wouldn't guess it by watching Anna Neal ride her horse, but she is on the autism spectrum. She was diagnosed when she was 3.5.
She should have been babbling more and pointing more. We started noticing that she was losing interest in people.
Anna Neal's mother, Michelle, says she was hitting her milestones a little late.
I did not want a diagnosis. I did not want that label, but that label opened so many doors for her and started the early intervention and the ABA therapy, and you know, I'm so glad we did what we did when we did it. Done ABA since she was a little girl and continue to do speech therapy now, and I really think that has been something that's brought her where she is today.
Today, Anna Neal goes to middle school and leads a very active life.
She, you know, of course, rides horses, she rides jet skis, she bowls with Special Olympics, she plays full court tennis, which she and I play doubles together with Special Olympics. So she's able to do a lot of different things, but like I said, her main issue is speech.
And every day they work on that speech.
And Anna Neal, I feel, is so smart, and I know there's so much in this little head of hers that we just keep trying to pull out.
Even while riding her horse,
What
Tank.
does Tank like to eat?
Grass.
Grass. What else?
Hay.
What does he like to drink?
Milk.
Milk.
Right.
No. What does Tank like
Water.
to eat? Water. Tank likes to drink water. You're silly.
Tank loves to eat grass.
Yeah, he loves to eat grass. Well, when Anna Neal's on Tank, she's listening to me and following directions, as well as executing those directions. You gotta hold green because he wants to eat grass.
A task that is extremely difficult for many on the autism spectrum.
And if you stopped us in a restaurant and you tried to carry on a conversation with her and try to ask different questions, you would start getting the repetitive speech and that type of thing, and you think, okay, something's not quite right. But just at first glance, on a good day, you know, you would never be able to tell.
And that is one reason why experts say sometimes girls fail to be diagnosed or are diagnosed later in life. Tony Boucher has been working with teens and adults on the spectrum for more than 20 years. She teaches seminars on the differences between boys and girls on the autism spectrum.
What the research is showing us is that girls and women on the spectrum are very, very different. They are biologically different, they're neurologically different, and they're behaviorally different than their male counterparts.
And she says one issue might be in the assessment tools currently used.
Assessment tools that are developed for autism are male biased. They utilized males to determine what the autistic characteristics are.
One key to diagnosis might be IQ. Boucher says that girls with an IQ below 70 are often diagnosed early, while girls with IQs above 70 often are misdiagnosed or diagnosed later in life.
We were catching those girls who have the low IQs, who are going to be profoundly affected with a lot of conditions and a lot of issues that make it challenging for them to function in life. And girls above that 70 IQ level are finding ways to function in their world on their own. They're using, you know, their compensatory skills to figure out how to navigate through life.
Despite the fact that high-functioning girls with autism can make their way through life by mimicking or echoing behavior they see around them better than boys, Boucher says they still have issues like anxiety that could be clues.
Obsessive-compulsive disorder, which is an anxiety disorder. Oftentimes girls are diagnosed with OCD, but if you look deeply at their profile, they're actually autistic. And that's an important distinction, because if you're autistic, you really need support in dealing with the social piece of your life, in addition to the anxiety.
Boucher says other issues females face might be getting a job but not being able to keep it, relationship issues, and eating disorders.
A disproportionately large number of anorexic girls are also autistic.
One thing is for sure, Early diagnosis is key.
Is Anna Neal going to college? Will she be able to drive? Will she be able to live on her own? And you know, I can't answer those questions at this point.
Experts and families agree the pieces of the autism puzzle will only fall together with more research.
You know, autism is still a mystery and probably will be for a long time. We didn't plan on this path, but I am blessed and honored that God chose us to be her parents.
Good job.
Mary Sturgill, News 19, WLTX.
Well, we have resources for you on our Facebook page, and for more links to resources, go to the story, WLTX.com.
We're airing a special report tonight called Invisible Girls, a journey through autism. But what is autism exactly?
News 19's Mary Sturgill joins us now to break it down for you and explain even more in depth why we're saying that they're invisible girls.
Exactly. And you know, autism is not easy to explain at all because it is so complex. There is just not one simple answer to that question. But after talking to experts and mom experts, who I call momsperts, I've broken down some of the key components. 1 in 68 school-aged children are diagnosed with autism. But what does that mean? AutismSpeaks.org defines autism spectrum disorder as a group of complex disorders of brain development. But why say spectrum? These disorders are characterized in varying degrees by difficulties in social interaction, verbal and nonverbal communication, and repetitive behaviors. People on the spectrum might have intellectual disabilities, difficulties in motor coordination, and physical health issues. But all of these difficulties or disabilities vary from person to person, from mild to severe.
And there's so many different elements there, you know, from the severe to the very high functioning kid with Asperger's, or, you know, that you can't tell anything's wrong on a good day.
That's why moms we've spoken to say, when you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. And that is so true. That mom is Michelle Hunt. She's going to be joining us a little bit later for a Facebook Live, but also go to our Facebook page because she has an explanation of autism that she uses to talk to her children, her son's friends, about his sister who you saw in that video there. And then, of course, our special report, Invisible Girls, A Journey Through Autism, airs tonight at 11 o'clock.
So talk to us again, Mary, about why it is so difficult to diagnose autism in girls.
Well, the experts say that there are a few reasons for that. One, girls are just more socially, they adapt better socially. So we can hide things, we mimic people, we echo what we see and what we hear and how to act. And if a girl acts a little strange, then her friends will shut her down. And so that's just one reason. Right. But tonight we'll outline several reasons why girls are often either not diagnosed, misdiagnosed, or diagnosed late.
Super interesting. Can't wait for the rest of your story tonight.
Right.
Thank you,
Thank
Mary.
you, ladies.